gonna grab this with both my hands because it's windy today in Amsterdam. I just went to the Anne Frank house, which is right over there. Begins the line for the Anne Frank house. You can't avoid the line by purchasing tickets ahead of time. Did I do that? Oh, I don't think so, darlings. But at any rate, just went through there. They didn't allow photographs, so I couldn't take any. So I will do my best to recount the experience for you now. For those, I'm sure you know the history, but they stayed there for 2 years and 1 month, so 25 months roughly. They were in hiding in that very small space, and they had come to Amsterdam because they felt they'd kind of be protected, but of course when the Nazis came, not so much. And their lives became a kind of increasing series of these rules that they kept having to follow. Of course, the star on the outside of the clothes, and you can't eat in these restaurants, you can't ride the tram. Their bicycles were all taken away, which in this town, that means you're just done. All of these increasing things that sort of took away their freedom, and what ended up forcing them into hiding was that they got a notification. And this is odd because usually people just got dragged away to camps, but here they got this notification that they were going to have to report. So Anne Frank's father worked in this building over here. Actually, he owned the place, but he wasn't allowed to own a business after a while, so he signed it over to a friend of his. They made jam. And so Otto Frank he arranged for them to go into hiding there. He asked his employees if they'd help get him food, give him and his family food. There are 8 of them that went into hiding. There's the Frank family, but then also a couple of other folks that went in. They were there for just over 2 years. And finally, no one knows to this day who reported them. Someone reported them, and they were taken away. Anne Frank ended up dying a month before liberation. Everyone else died except for the father, Otto Frank, which somebody had kept the diaries, and so of course he had this published in 1947, and so that's how the world at large knows the story. So you go into the place, and there are quotes from the diaries kind of painted all the walls and things like that, and so you really get to walk through the whole experience. It talks about how their living rights were sort of starting to be restricted, and then you walk a little bit further and it talks about going into hiding, and of course you walk right through those rooms. Walking through those rooms gave me chills. It's one thing to read about this in a book, and it's another to stand in a room where people, human beings, were forced to be, forced to not move. There's several quotes on the walls where Anne wishes she could run outside and play and sing and do things that are, appropriate for human beings, and of course she couldn't do any of that. So at any rate, you do walk through the actual rooms, how very small they are. None of it is furnished. Otto Frank, those were his wishes, that it not be furnished. They did some reconstruction. They put some furniture in there and took photographs, and those are on the walls. But indeed, you get to walk through those very rooms, and it's a chilling experience to think about an actual human being, 8 of them. And then if you want to go a little bit further, all of the Jews that were in hiding at that time, because this is certainly not the only experience that a family had in hiding. At any rate, so you get to walk through those rooms, through Anne's room where they smuggled her magazines. Her father's co-workers smuggled her little theater magazines, and she would cut the pictures out and glue them to the wall. And that was kind of the decoration, and and yeah, I don't know. It was crazy. One of the guys, he was 16. He had a birthday, and he got this stock exchange trading game, you know, and they have it in there, and along with just a whole bunch of other things that it was just so strange. At any rate, lots of things were very interesting in there. It was very disquieting reading about it and thinking about it and hearing about it. A lot of, you know, kind of taped presentations. One was really interesting. It was by Anne Frank's father, who said that even though he was really pretty close to his little girl, that he had no idea that she thought such deep thoughts about everything that was happening, and she locked the diary up every day by her father's bed in his trunk, and she made him promise to never read, you know, like people will do, and actually they had heard on Dutch radio in, I think it was 43 maybe, that the Dutch president had called people to preserve their memories. So she ended up rewriting a lot of her former diary, and she actually had it up until February of the year that they were taken away, because it was her dream to be a great writer. So interesting, all of these things. At any rate, then you pop out back onto the square again, and there are people and pigeons and cigarette butts and tours ending up here, it looks like, as well. I am probably going to go grab a coffee. Why? It's freaking cold. It's a little cold out here today. The wind's blowing, and you know, I need to warm up somehow. So I'm probably going to go find a shop of coffee, and possibly, you know, go either retire for the evening or find some friends. But at any rate, that's my report on the Anne Frank house. Should you ever find yourself here, it's $8.50 for adults. Get tickets ahead of time. Don't wait in line. Dear God. And that's all I have for now. We'll report again later.